Come, let us meditate like a Jedi. It is Rey Skywalker's Sunday morning. Come, let us meditate like a Jedi after about 30 seconds of housekeeping. This is the Dzogchen Semde Lama Jigme Gyatso of the Buddha Joy Meditation School. For more than 30 years, I have harnessed my autistic special interests as well as my ADHD hyperfocus to spend about 8 hours a day, almost every day, studying, practicing, mastering, and reverse engineering the teachings and techniques of each school of meditation so that I could become your personal, nerdy, neurodivergent guide to nirvana. Welcome, my friend, to meditate like a Jedi, which is made possible due to the generosity of viewers just like you. Oops, what's going on here with the... Okay. Sturgeon's Law reminds us, well, let's just go over here real quick. I'll tap button 9. Sturgeon's Law reminds us that 90% of everything sucks, and that suckiness could look like us being stuck in our survival instincts that make us rigid, fearful, superstitious, controlling, elitist, cryptic, competitive, and cruel. 90% refers to all things, all beings, all meditation teachers. 90% of them are going to tell you, to actively focus and actively analyze. The problem is that overuse of our prefrontal cortex will promote exhaustion that begins presenting as symptoms of depression. It also triggers our amygdala, the seat of anxiety and aggression. However, when we cooperate with both facets of our autonomic nervous system, our amygdala is calmed, and we gently and the anterior cingulate gyrus is gently stimulated, which is of course the seat of empathy. As a fringe benefit of practicing mindfulness and meditation every 12 hours or so, our choices, utterances, and deeds begin flowing from a place not of calculated contrivance, not of wild scatteredness, but of love's deeply centered spontaneity. Every time, so we have a choice. We always have a choice, and the choice is simple. Do we continue to actively compete against our own autonomic nervous system, which has been described as the hardware of our Buddha nature, or do we passively cooperate with it? When we passively cooperate with it, well, the easiest way to do that is to silently and mentally recite the verb watch every time we feel our chest subtly swell with breath, and to silently and mentally recite the verb rest each time we feel our chest subtly sink as gently we exhale. So we sit and breathe and watch and rest. When we do that, we are cooperating with our natural mechanisms. Every time we inhale, the natural mechanism in the middle part of our spinal cord, known as our sympathetic nervous system, is already evolved to vulnerably, passively, viscerally, randomly, and fleetingly watch mind's antics of perception, emotion, intention, cognition, recollection, and imagination. Every time we exhale, we are already wired by evolution to automatically access the upper bit and the lower bit of our spinal cord, known as the parasympathetic nervous system, which has evolved to physically relax and mentally release to such a degree that which we noticed during our previous inhalation could fleetingly feel less stressful, less permanent, less defining, and even less graspable, at least momentarily, until our next inhalation, where the cycle begins afresh. And so our job is not to push or pull at our experience. Or not to push or pull at the external or internal or physical or mental or pleasurable or painful or interesting or boring or glorious or grotesque. Our job is just to watch and rest in harmony with our inhalation and exhalation. That's enough. Just by doing that, we automatically experience change, whether we want to or not. We automatically experience enhanced kindness of intention, communication, conduct, and commerce, whether we want to or not. As I mentioned a few moments ago, we automatically experience the effortless effort wherein our choices, utterances, and deeds spontaneously flow from love's deeply centered spontaneity. And so simply by practicing mindfulness and meditation, we wind up practicing the entirety of the Buddha's Eightfold Path. What is the significance of that? Simply this. Enlightenment is nothing more than mastery of the Buddha's Eightfold Path. The Buddha taught that. Now, so what do we mean by mastery? Consider this. As children, when faced with the task of learning how to use the toilet instead of our diapers, learning how to brush our teeth, learning how to tie our shoes, eventually learning how to ride a bike, that felt insurmountable. With time and effort and not a few tears, we got so good at those four activities that we were able to practice them spontaneously, habitually, easily, and effectively. The Buddha felt that we could do the same thing with the Eightfold Path. In fact, in his discourse on the known as the Satipatthana Sutta, he explained in the penultimate passage that one could master his path in as little as 7 days. He didn't say it's for special people. He didn't say it's for at a special time. He didn't say it was a special place. He didn't say you had to pay a fee or learn a secret handshake. The Buddha was not elitist. He was egalitarian. That's one of the reasons there were multiple assassination attempts on him, because he was anti-sexism and he was anti-classism. Big no-nos back in the day. Still big no-nos in the United Corporations of America. So what I'm going to do is tap button 4. So let us sit comfortably. What matters is that the perfect meditation posture is the one that is sustainable, that you can practice for at least 15 minutes before needing to adjust your legs. There's no shame in adjusting your legs. It's better to adjust your legs than destroy your joints and become arthritic. Speaking from first-hand experience, you won't like that. So here's what we're going to do. Let's place the tip of our left thumb upon the lower crease of its left little finger. This is to help us keep track of our first set of 16 inhalations. Every set of 16 inhalations we will count on our right hand. During each inhalation, when we are silently and mentally reciting the verb watch, we will advance our right thumb. Please practice with me right now. Having completed our first set of 16 inhalations, we now advance our left thumb up its little finger to the second set of creases. And now we have the basic pattern. Collecting all 16 sets on our left hand could take around 20 minutes. And so a collection of 20 minutes, each collection of 20 minutes, is tracked in the following manner. Upon the tip of our left middle finger, we're going to rest the great knuckle at the base of our right middle finger. When we start tracking our second collection of 20 minutes, we will slide it thusly, so it's our middle knuckle resting upon our left middle finger. When and if we begin tracking our third collection of 20 minutes, we slide our hand again until it's the teeny tiny top knuckle of our right middle finger resting upon the tip of our left middle finger. Now all this happens palms up in our lap. Now you could say, dude, that's too complex. And you're probably right. But everything that seems overwhelming the first time we practice it becomes easier and easier with repetition. Practice this about once every 12 hours with me for about a week or so, and you'll be surprised at how easy and effortless it can become. Now, you're not in this by yourself. This is not a canned presentation. The moment you have a specific question about Buddhist or Taoist philosophy or meditation, simply type your question in great detail in the chat window. For I tend to check for questions intermittently. Do not be alarmed if several minutes elapsed before I notice them. It's completely okay for various things to cartwheel across the stage of your mind, including politics, a show you're watching, your next meal. Our job is simple. Whatever comes, whatever goes, watch and rest. The moment you have a specific question about Buddhist or Taoist philosophy or meditation, do not hesitate to type your question in great detail in the chat window. Let's meditate for an additional 5 to 10 minutes. And as promised, we're going to, having completed our first 20 minutes, or our first 16 sets of 16 inhalations, we're going to shift. We're going to slide the tip of upon the tip of our left middle finger. We have been resting the great knuckle of our right middle finger. We're now going to slide that right middle finger so that the middle knuckle comes to rest. You have taken your first step into a much larger world. If you feel that I have earned it, you could give this live stream a thumbs up. You could even help support this channel. In approximately 2 hours, I would very much like to return to lead today's second session of meditation, instruction, and practice. And if you are as geeky as me, may the Force be with you always.